Hello, hello, hello! It is finally sunny here in Reykjavik, and I'm so happy I thought I'd film the intro outside. We're going to do part 3 today. That is this part here, all the pinks and blues here, and look how my part 4 is looking after I bought all the new green and orange. I'm so happy with this fade. Looking good. So today I'm going to show you part 3 and on we go. And thank you so much for everybody participating. I am loving seeing all your Havana Afghans, and always great to hear from you guys in the comments how it's going, and do post your pics over in the group. Oh, let's go. Just quickly before we start here, I want to show you my colors so far. Pattern 1 was yellow and purple going into orange and blue, and then turquoise and pink, which is the part we're going to do today. I really do love this part. It is so cool. And then the pink is going here into orange, and the turquoise into teal, and green. Isn't it pretty? I am one happy hippo with my blankie. So today we're gonna do part 3. Oh, let's go. Okay, I just started with the yellow here. No, with the orange. What's with the orange and the yellow today? What's happening here? Okay, so I'm gonna take this into a darker orange and then red, and the blues are gonna go into a bit more of a sort of musky, and then into turquoise. Okay, little trick I learned in Cuba to just make the ice in the glass. Just it's actually so hot in Iceland. It's like 21 degrees. It's the hottest it's been here in May since 1987. And look, you gotta treat yourself sometimes. Okay, on to the crochet tutorial. Okay, first up, let's look at the pattern. So we're starting here with pattern 3, and here's the row 1. And so we start here with 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, and then 9 singles, and then we do it again. So now basically we're going to go in this direction, whoop. Before we were going like this, whoop, and then we went up, and now we're going to go whoop. And now we're always going to do, it's like a double, sort of double ladder. Okay, so we start here now. Oh, I do love working with charts. And who's working for you, baby? I got the post-its. So pattern 3, row 1. And we're gonna go in with some orange in the heat. It's not as hot as Havana, but I mean it's like a maybe winter in Havana now in Reykjavik. Okay, so we ended here. In the last one, we did 1 double crochet here, and we have 1 space here and before. And we're gonna start with our border stitch at the beginning of the row, as always. And then we jumped right into pattern 3 and doing 1 double here in the first one, 1 single into the DC, and then 1 double on the other side, like so. And now we do 9 single crochets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the 9th lands here in the first of these 2 double crochets that are here, okay? And this was 1 repeat, and we're going to do 2. So again, we go 1 double, 1 single, 1 double, and then 9 single crochets. It really is such a delight to stitch on this I will go back a bit to the basic and do more striped things now. I think it's just too good. I'm always so pleased with myself, aren't I? Rest assured, it's only in crochet. I'm not very pleased with myself in life in general. At least in this one aspect, I have control. Okay, 9 singles, and then we do the border stitch. But it is true though, like every time I try to do something and like, try to do something that I think other people will like, whoopa, then that's not the way to anything. Like it has to be something that I like. If I don't believe in it, I don't do something that I like, then it never, like it always goes way better when I do things that I do like. And I do like this one. So, let's go. That's row one for you. From a very pleased crocheter in Iceland. Row 2, and now we come in with color B. Again. And we are going to start with the border stitch at the beginning of row. Remember that I showed you all this very slow and easy in part 1. So I'm not showing it every row now, because that would be insane. And now we're going to do 1 single, 1 double into our double from last row. No, from the second to last row. And now we do 9 single crochets. A 1 and 2 and up. So 3, 4, flip up. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 and 9. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet here into the double crochets now here are going to go into these, right? So we do 1 double, 1 single into the double crochet from last row, and then 1 double. And then we just have it's row 2. We have then 9 and 1 at the end. Okay, yeah, because we need always, because we started with only 1, then we know that there's 1 coming here at the end. Right. Okay, so we do 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we finish it up with 1 double into the double from end of pattern 2, and then the border stitch. And we're going to snap the yarn. Whoopala, whoopa. Row 2 all done. On to row 3. Okay, I'm going to switch it up with a slightly brighter orange here, and we start by doing, the table is like, okay. Table is for some reason shaking, which is not good. Okay, powering through the border stitch at the beginning of row 3, pattern 3. And we start this row here with a double crochet, 1 double, and then we have always 9 between the set of doubles, right? Which is the magic number, of course, 3 times 3. I'm obsessed with like numbers like this. I always want everything to be like in 3s, and like a repeat of 12 is good because that's, you can divide it with 3, stuff like that. Okay, and basically now we're just getting, because we're going in this direction with our double crochets now to the right. So basically when we have 1 left here, we should have 9 done. Okay, 12, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, and then we do 1 double, 1 single into the double, and then 1 double here into the middle. Like so. And then we do 9 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we have one double and one single. And the other double was, remember, we did that one at the beginning, right? And then we just do the border stitch. Et voila! Whippity wop! Bippity bop! All done. Row 3. On to row 4. And I'm going to switch it up with a slightly like muscular blue here a bit. And it's row 4. Let's keep that here in frame. And again, we start with the border stitch. And now we don't have any at the beginning, any DCs at the beginning of the row, or what? Row 4? No. Okay, so then we just start with 9 single crochets. 1, 2, this is color B. Always in the even number rows we're doing color B, in the odd number rows we're doing color A. And we're gonna do 9 here, and I'm not even counting, you should though. And when I have one left here before my DC, then I know I have 1 double, 1 single, and 1 double. It really is very relaxing to work on this pattern, I must say. Genius! And then we do again 9 singles. And now we should get both our double crocheted at the end because we did nothing at the beginning. What do we have here? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This all fits, and we have 1 here before our double, and so we're going to do our double before, and then 1 single into the double, and then 1 double after. Like so. Okay, then we finish with a border stitch. And break the yarn. Ah, sorry. It will be up. That's row 4, all done. On we go with row 5. And I'm going to take it into a slightly darker orange here because I want to get to the red. And we start with the border stitch at the beginning of row. And now we do 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we have 1 here before our doubles. So we're going to do a double here and a double here. 1 double here before. And 1 single into the double. And then 1 double here. Okay, and then we do 9 singles. 1, 2. Always 9 in between. I think actually the last time I wore this dress, the green dress that I'm wearing now, I think I wore that last in Havana actually. Okay, that's 9 singles, and then we're going to do another double, single, double. 1 double, 1 single into the double, 1 double here into the double from last row, the second to last row, and then we finish now with 1 single crochet here because we started with 8, remember, and it's always 9. So now 1 is transferred here. And then we finish it with the border stitch at the end of the row. Sorry, getting my scissors here because the table shakes when I do it with my hands. And whoopah! That's row 5, all done. And now you can see the pattern is emerging. It's a bit like this one here, but now it's like longer. It's like longer steps. Okay, row 5, all done. On we go, row 6, pattern 3. And we are going again with color B. Gotta do 2 rows here with this one. And we do the border stitch. And now we're gonna start with 7. Always 1 less because our TCs are going always 1 step to the right, right? right. Okay, 2, 3. I'm getting looks from my teenager here. He does not think I'm funny. But if it's not my job to embarrass him now, I don't know what is. And it's a full-time job, really. Okay, 7 doubles. No, 7 singles, sorry. And then we do 1 single, no, 1 double. What is wrong with me? 1 double, 1 single, 1 double. Like so. And then we have 9 in between. I'm very happy actually that we're having this really good weather here now in May, because that kind of means that it's not going to be a good summer. Like, it's unlikely that we get such good weather again. So I'm in no risk of losing any good weather, I think, when I go to Australia. It's the worst thing when you leave Iceland and you go to worse weather than in Iceland. This has happened to me one time, and that's when I went to Northern Ireland in the middle of June, I might add. I don't think that's going to happen in Australia. Well, let's see. That's 9 single crochets here in between, and then now we're going to do our set of doubles. And that's a double, a single, and a double. Whoops. And then we finish now with 2 single crochets, because we started with 7 and we want a total of 9, right? Okay, 2 here, and then there's the border stitch at the end of the row. Snippity snap, boopity bop, and voila. Row 6, all done. On to row 7. Do 1 more here in this orange. This is color A. And we start with the border stitch. And now we do 6 single crochets in the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The only bad thing about this is that I have no time to talk and tell you stories here. This is such a short, I should be making way longer rows. Okay, we start with 6 singles, then we do our set of doubles. 1 double, 1 single that lands on the double crochet from last row, and 1 double that lands on the double crochet from second to last row. And now we do 9 here in between. Magic number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. And then we do another set of doubles. Double, single, double, and now we finish with 3 single crochets, because we started with 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9. And then we do the border stitch, snippity snap, and whoopa, row 7, all done. Whip. On to row 8. In pattern 3, we have the blue again. I think I'm going to change it into this here now. Getting into turquoise. I'm saying this wrong, turquoise. Somebody was very kind and said to me, oh, I like how you say turquoise. And it was like a very nice way to tell me that I don't say it right. Am I supposed to say like turquoise? No, I mean, how am I supposed to say not turquoise? Turquoise. Turquoise. It's turquoise, not turquoise. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, you understand. We're using this color. And now we start on row 8. And we do our border stitch as always. And now we have, what, 5 here in the beginning? 5 singles. Whoop. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we do our set of doubles here. That is a double, a single, and a double. Okay, like so. And now we do 9 single crochets in between. There is one thing I do not miss about Havana, and that is when I was crocheting, like it's so hot and it's so humid there that I would get, like I couldn't carry my yarn like this, like I would get sweaty hands. I remember I had to sit by the fan and then just like do one row, and then I had to go like and dry my hands on the fan. So I am quicker in the cold, that is something. Also, we do not have any insects here almost. We don't even have mosquitoes in Iceland. I think it's like 1 or 2 countries in the world that don't have mosquitoes. So I'm thankful for that. Okay, 9 singles, and then we do our set of doubles. This is a very relaxing pattern 3. That's a double and a single and a double, I like so. And what, we started with 5, so we have 4 now at the end, 4 single crochet at the end. Do 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 do. 3, 4, and the border stitch, and the snippity snap. Bah. Yay! Row 9, 8, all done. On we go with row 9. And I'm gonna do one more here in this orange because I want to change both colors at the same time. And we are going to do the border stitch at the beginning of row. And now we do 4 single crochets. It's always just the set of doubles is always just moving 1 stitch to the right in each row. So this is very easy. The only thing we have to remember is when we end here in the end and we have it all the way here, we have to add some more here, right? So that the double crochets don't all fall off. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, and now we do our set of doubles. Double, single, double, and then it's 9 single crochets. Oh, I have to fix my nails. It's not, well, I shouldn't be showing you. Just crochet really fast that you can't see it. I'm so giddy with the sun, I swear. Like, it's just, we never get this good. Like, it was like the people were on the beach, like with like bikinis here for over the weekend. This almost never happens. Usually we have this one beach here in Reykjavik downtown, which is actually like a white beach, which we think that is very fancy Icelanders, because almost all of the beaches in Iceland are black, but then the tourists obviously way prefer the black beaches. But we think our white beach here in the downtown Reykjavik is very fancy. And I don't know if I should tell you, but like usually in summer, we will pump in just a small bit of it, but a small bit of the ocean by the beach. We pump in warm water. It's insane. I don't know if they were pumping in yesterday, but people were going crazy. Okay, so this is 9 singles, and then we do our set of doubles. Double trouble, that's a double, a single, a double. Okay, and we started here with something, what, 4? Now we have 5, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And we finished with 5 single crochets. This is row 9. Oh, this is actually a great fit as well. Orange and turquoise. I don't even like the way you're supposed to say it. I like it better like I say it. Okay, that was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here at the end, and then the border stitch, snippity snap, whoopa. Row 9 all done. On to row 10, and we're gonna do color B again, and I have this lovely turquoise. No, now I'm just self-conscious about the whole thing. And we're gonna start with the border stitch at the beginning of row, like so. And now we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3 single crochets, and then we do our set of doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Like so, double, single, double, and now we have 9 in between. Yeah, and one thing I want to say, like, people have been saying in the group that sometimes you have to unravel a lot because you lost maybe a stitch or 2 on the way. It's okay to just fix that. You know, you can fudge that, really. Like, for example, now if I had only 8 here instead of 9, I would just steal this one here that's supposed to go behind the double crochet. You know, it's so easy to either skip one or add one, and nobody's gonna be the wiser. Like, I swear, if you won't tell, I won't tell. So for example, let's say here that I was missing one stitch. Then I would just go into this one here and do one extra and then just do this one, you know? Because you can always steal the stitch that is behind the double crochets. And if you have, and it's also, and then you could just also jump over one, or you could do, if you have one extra, then you could do like so. Go and take two together. Then you could go in here, get the yarn, come up, then just go into the next one and get the yarn and get up to, and then you work the both together. So now I've decreased one stitch here. And who's gonna know? Nobody's not gonna know, unless you go telling them. And that's the first rule of crocheting. Don't be pointing out your own mistakes. I mean, it's bad enough when people see them. But I have the right stitch count here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 9. And then we do our double trouble. Double trouble set. That's my middle name, by the way. And here now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the end, because we started with 3. That's a total of 9. 6 double crochets to finish row 10. Like so. And the border stitch at the end of the row. Snippity snappy, whoopa. Okay, look, I really like this. And it has such a cool effect also when you like look at the, like even if it's, yeah, the texture of it. Yeah, I like this one. That's row 10 all done. That's only 2 more to go in pattern 3. Row 11. I'm going to go in with some red, some very bright red to go with the continuance of the orange. And we start by doing the the border stitch at the beginning of the row, like so. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And then we're going to double down and do our double trouble set. Sorry. Okay, 1 double, 1 single, 1 double. And then now I have 9 single crochets to tell you something funny. No pressure, Tinna. 3, 4. I got nothing. 5, 6. 7, 8 och 9. And then we do another set of double trouble. 1 double, 1 single, and 1 double. And we started with 2 single crochets, so now we know we have 7 here at the end of row 11. Oh yeah, I got a funny story for you. I was just looking at the dog. When I first moved there in 2005, a friend of mine had a dog, and we went out. That was 7 single crochets and then one the border stitch at the end. Okay, so my friend had a dog, and like one day we went out walking with it. And the dog takes a shit. I just remember the story because I was looking at Coco here. So the dog takes a shit, right? Just like, you know, like dogs do. And I said to my friend, aren't you going to pick it up? And the look that man gave me. Because obviously in Cuba, nobody was picking up any shits after any dogs. Like, that's something that we did in Iceland by then, but that had not gotten to Cuba at all. I don't think they still have it. The look that man gave me, he thought that I was some sort of I don't know, like a crazy pervert. And was like, what? When he was just like, why would I do that? What do you want to do with the dog shit? That was a funny misunderstanding. I did not suggest that again. Row 11 and one funny story. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so we have the last row here. And I think I'm just going to continue with this beautiful blue here. And row 12, it's the last row here. This one is really fun, actually. And then pattern 4 is really fun as well. Pattern 5, I mean, they're all fun. But I think my favorites are, well, they're all kind of favorites. They just go well together. So now we're going to do the border stitch at the beginning of the row. And now we do 1 single. And we do our double treble set. So double, single, double, like so. And then we have 9 in between. I don't think I've ever been so horribly misunderstood with the dog poop. Why would you do that? What do you want with a poo, Tinna? Okay, that's 9 singles. And then we have the double treble. Double, single, double. There we go. And then we end with 8 single crochets now because we had 1 at the beginning of the row. That's 8 to finish the row. 7 and 8. And then the border stitch. Snippity snap. And we're all done with pattern 12. And so you see here now, we basically, when we start again, like when we started our, we're going to do now, if you're doing the big blanket, then you do 3 repeats of this pattern lengthwise. And then you see it fits perfectly to start here, exactly like we started on the pattern 1. Row 1 starts with a double here and a double here. You see? And then you just do it again. Exactly the same. Rows 1 to 12 again. And have fun while at it, because oh my God, is this a delight to stitch on. I think I'm going to start doing this. Like, I always feel like I'm not allowed to do my patterns again. But if I'm making a tutorial for it, or like a new, maybe like a series of tutorials and maybe some new colorways or even kits, yes, I must talk to the yarn people. This is nice. It's really nice to be able to revisit a pattern like this. And also this is a one that is very dear to me. So, let's go. That's pattern 3 all done. I'll be back soon this week with pattern 4. Carry on and have fun. Lovesies, sending love and light from very sunny Reykjavik. And I'm in a green dress. Happy, happy, joy, joy.